Hey guys, we're Rebel Kicks, and we're here today to talk about our new album, A Portrait of Man, Part 1. So when we were kids, we had this stereo in our room. This allowed you to record onto tapes, either bouncing it from the CD or from the radio, or literally just putting a tape in and it would record live sound in the room. So we made all of these cassette tapes, and we would call them our albums. And so there are a ton of these tapes in boxes, and a couple of years ago, Steve and I started going through them and listening, and first of all, it was hilarious.
It wasn't just us singing, it was like comedy. It was a comedy act. I would tell jokes.
So as we were going through these things, we took little excerpts. Like the first track on the album is actually a short called Is Everybody Ready? And it's just us introducing ourselves onto our album on the tape.
And that became the kind of main theme.
Hi, I'm Stephen Beppino.
Hi, I'm Anthony Babino. We are going to make a couple of songs on this tape, okay? All right? Is everybody ready?
Yes, we're all ready.
So all of those, we thought it would be fun to include them as little transitions. So the first song on the album proper is called Fall of the American Dream, and we co-wrote it out in LA in 2017 with two producers, Jeff Blue and Abe Dirtner. The song, there are a few themes within it, but the main theme is about the miscommunication that goes on between generations. And instead of talking about these problems, we just kind of shout at each other without listening.
Without solving anything.
Yeah.
The song, I think, grows more topical as the years go on. So it's interesting to see what Fall of the American Dream will be like in 2022. So track 3, Breaking It Off. Well, it started out as a breakup, and then it turned into how do you come out of that breakup? How do you pull yourself out of a hole? And you essentially break off that piece of yourself.
Steve was going through a hard time.
Breaking It Off was actually called Shake It Off, right before Taylor Swift's smash hit. And then we were like, well, we can't put that out at all. So we changed it to Shaking It Off, and then eventually we changed it to Breaking It Off. It was essentially the same thing.
We had the song just kind of lying around for a while, and eventually we came to the phrase breaking it off, because conceptually it's the same, saying you're not afraid to walk away from something that's unhealthy for you.
We've been sitting on this song for 6 years, and we liked it so much. We performed out at South by Southwest. We were performing on a rooftop, and we started playing at the time Shaking It Off. Started it, and all of a sudden, all these people came up. It was filled. It had to have been like 1,000 people. Yeah. And they started singing our song back to us. And I was like, we have something here. It's You started when I walked from my living room to my kitchen, which was 10 feet. It literally hit me like a lightning bolt. Just that, it's you. And I was like, Anthony, what do you think of that?
And I was like, yes. And then we sat down and we were like, well, what does that mean? It's you. And I was like, actually, this was the, spoilers if you haven't seen Breaking Bad, which you should immediately. At the end of the halfway point of season 5, Hank finds out that his brother-in-law, Walt, is Heisenberg. So Steve is singing this phrase, it's you, and I'm going, that's what we should base the song around.
Betrayal.
And so it's not explicitly about Breaking Bad, but that's where we got the inspiration for the lyric, and we were just really intrigued by the idea of someone who's so close to you committing the ultimate act of betrayal. So Oxytocin Junkie actually started off, it was a poem by a friend of ours, and she was talking to us about our creative process, and she's an artist, and she said to us, I have a poem that has a similar rhythmic structure to what you guys did on Fall of the American Dream. Would you want me to send it to you, and you want to check it out and see if you could do something with it musically? And we were like, yeah. So she sent us the poem, and we thought it was great. Steve and I just kind of went through it and edited a few things, and then we wrote some words to kind of bridge the gap.
The poem was so wonderfully written. I think the melody came to us immediately.
It's one of my favorite tracks, and especially when we had our drummer Dan Bradley come in and play the live drums, because it seemed to breathe new life into these songs. Even songs that we had already released just added a whole new dimension to it. And so a lot of these songs organically evolved throughout the process of recording.
It's so vibey. I think that's the vibiest track on the album.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know what oxytocin is, it's actually a hormone. It's called the love hormone because that's the hormone your brain releases when you have sex.
I'm full of it. Broken Hearts, Broken Chains is another song about a breakup, but it's also about pulling yourself out of the pit of despair. Hence, Broken Hearts, Broken Chains. You are...
Not dark at all.
But no, you're free. That's why the song starts, I'm free from whatever I was, because you become a new human being when you go through heartbreak. When you get out of that, you become something completely free, completely different than what you were.
Especially when you're in an unhealthy relationship, something that's toxic for not only you, but for the other person, because you're just not right for each other.
Right, and you didn't like who you were when you were with that person.
I think through a lot of situations like that, I don't personally believe in regretting things because ultimately the whole point of everything is to grow, right? So everything that you do and every experience that you have should be a learning experience.
The next song is Life and Times of an Unpopular Girl.
It's another track that we co-wrote with Abe and Jeff out in LA, and the title actually was Jeff's. He just came out with that. We were like, that's a great title.
Fantastic.
That was when the show 13 Reasons Why came out. We both watched it, we loved it, thought it was great. And you'll find listening through a lot of our lyrics, there's a lot of things that are socially conscientious. We believe that it's important to bring these issues to light, you know, and things like depression and anxiety and suicide, especially bullying in schools, is very, very important to us. And so if we can bring awareness to some of these things through our music, and we can help someone by writing about these things, then I think that that's a sign of success.
Let It Out came to me when I was going through a tough time, dealing with major anxiety. And I was actually just like looking at myself in the mirror, and the melody came to me. There was another thing where I just like ran to Anthony and I was like, what do you think of this? And he was like, that's great, we should put it down. So we laid it down, and then I thought we had something great, and it really was therapeutic for me to write down these lyrics, essentially what I was feeling, but I couldn't explain it. We wrote the song, and then we were like, we should do a music video for this. And the song is about communication, so we used 3 forms of communication in the music video: American Sign Language, interpretive dance, and songwriting in general. I think it came out incredible.
It was a beautiful experience making that video.
Yeah.
It's really interesting as a songwriter watching other performers in different mediums express themselves using our music. Sometimes you get a totally different perspective on something that you wrote, you know, which could mean something entirely different to you than how someone else is processing it. It was just a really enlightening experience.
Incredible.
So the next track is Strange Animals, and the essence of the song is about describing that primal feeling that we all have. Just really exploring your wants, your needs, your desires in a healthy way. And trying to reflect that musically with the gritty, distorted guitars and those pounding drums.
Chants.
The O chant, it doubles the main riff in the choruses, and it's meant to reflect that primal instinct and just the power in discovering and releasing that energy. Yeah.
You ever do something where everyone and their mother is telling you not to do, and you do it anyway because you're always right, but you're not? That's what Why You Gotta is about. And it's about recognizing that, not regretting anything, but recognizing that you went through something, you made a mistake, and you learned from it. And you should listen to your elders.
Mom's always right.
Mama is always right. I love you, Mama.
The last track on the album is called Way Out.
It was written
right here.
1 foot away from you.
In this spot. It's the only song that we didn't come into the sessions with. We wrote it on the spot in the studio. And we just wanted to write something up-tempo, feel good, lower the windows down, it's the height of summer, and blast this just fun rock song. And it's about escaping a place or a person, it doesn't matter, that's unhealthy for you. Getting away from that and just moving on.
Portrait of Man Part 1 is available everywhere. Please go buy it because I need you to. So please buy it. It's available on Spotify, Apple Music.
You can buy a signed copy of the CD through our website, rebelkicks.com, and check it out. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. We want to know what your favorite songs are.
And we want to put out more music.
Yeah.
So if you like this one, you'll get more of that later. Makes sense to me.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our video. If you want to find out more information about us, please check out our main website, rebelkicks.com. We are at Rebel Kicks Music across all social media. Follow us, give us a shout, say hi, check out the album, and have a great day.
Peace.
And just everyone wear a mask.